President Marti, I have the honor to report that there are now present members of the graduating class, the staff, and the faculty of Queensborough Community College of the City of New York, the governing bodies of the City and State of New York, all gathered to participate in these, the 41st commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 41st commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University. Please remain standing for the national anthem and for the invocation which will follow immediately. Sergeant Kim Royster of the New York City Police Department is our vocalist. Sergeant Royster.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' record, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Rabbi Jeffrey Rappaport of the Jewish Center of Bayside Oaks will deliver the invocation. Rabbi?
Avinu Shabbat Heavenly Father, source of all blessing, source of all goodness, we invoke thy blessings on all who are gathered here today, on all these graduates, the faculty and the staff of this great school, parents, siblings, children, loved ones. Bless us all. Bless our graduates with a thirst for knowledge that knows no end. Give them the strength to persevere in education so that they may always see the light that comes from your light. May they, with the blessings of their education, increase your light in this world. Prosper the work of their hands. Bless them with an abundance of blessings. And let us say, Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The President of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, Dr. Eduardo Marti.
Thank you, Marshal Joseph. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this most important event in the college calendar. Before we start today's proceedings, I ask that we remember all those who lost our lives in the cowardly attack on the World Trade Center last September, especially the members of the uniformed service departments of the City of New York who gave of their lives freely in a valiant attempt to save others. Please rise and join me in a moment of silence in their memories. Thank you. This is a time of thoughtful recollection. This is a time of hope. This is a time for joy. Today, you join over 40,000 alums of this college. Today, we mark the completion of this phase of your education. We celebrate your accomplishments as a student, and we extend our felicitations to you and your family for a job well done. Enjoy this day and savor the ceremony. We have given you our best, and now it is time for you to go it alone. It is time for you to move to the next phase of your career, whether it be employment or at a baccalaureate institution. So on behalf of the administration, the faculty, and the staff of Queensborough Community College, we extend our best wishes, felicitations, and congratulations. I am pleased to introduce to you the Honorable Anthony D. Weiner, who will bring greetings on behalf of the United States House of Representatives. Congressman Weiner.
Good morning. My name is Anthony Weiner, and I'm the United States Congressman from Queens, New York. And it is my honor to offer congratulations. This is a day that we are truly lucky. We are lucky that God has given us such a beautiful day to shine down upon you and your families. This is a day that you, the graduates, are so lucky to be graduating from an institution with some of the finest professors and faculty of any college anywhere on earth. And this, of course, is a day that you graduates are very lucky to have the people that ring this tent, your brothers and sisters and husbands and wives, boyfriends, parents, aunts and uncles. You are lucky to have had their support, and we owe them our thanks as well. And of course, you are lucky to be from Queens, New York, the United States of America. But ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, you are not here because you're lucky. You're here, I understand, many of you have worked your way through college. I understand some of you have worked 2, some even 3 jobs to work your way through college. Some of you have raised families on your way through college. Some of you have crossed vast oceans to come here to put yourself through college. Some of you have come out of retirement to put yourself through college. So this isn't a day we say that you're here because of your good luck. You're here because of your hard work, and for that, I say congratulations to you all.
You're lucky to be from Queens, New York, huh? And now I am pleased to introduce to you the Honorable David Weprin, from Queensborough's own District 23 delegate to the City Council, who will bring greetings. But before I bring him to the podium, I need to tell you that this man really is a friend of our college. It is because of his help that we have been able to secure sufficient funding not only to bring the bus to Queensborough. U-27 will be here in September. Those of you who are not going to be here are not going to enjoy it, but it will be coming here. And we have been able to secure funding for the library, funding for the theater, and a lot of it has to do with the work of this man, David Wepner. David?
Dr. Marti, distinguished faculty, parents, relatives, and friends. Congratulations to you on this wonderful community accomplishment. And to the graduates of the class of 2002, I offer you my deepest admiration for attaining your degrees. By doing so, not only have you succeeded academically, but also you have overcome an enormous number of challenges involving your family and spousal responsibilities, as well as many of you maintaining employment while enrolled at Queensborough. Yet here you stand today with an opportunity few are given. You are ready to make a beginning. For the past several years, you have been prepared, molded, tested, and imbued with a variety of skills and insights that will help you survive in this world, achieve your goals, and hopefully take a leadership position in your communities. Some of you will go on to continue your studies. Others will enter the workplace. As chairman of the New York City's Council Finance Committee, I can tell you that in either case, you will be entering a world that has never been challenged as it is now being challenged. Scholarships to support your future education are being reconsidered due to a very weak economy. Job opportunities that only a year or two ago seemed endless are rapidly diminishing. But do not fear. These very same problems have faced thousands of other graduates for many past generations. In each case, our students have developed a resiliency that overcame the challenges before them and an internal fortitude that allowed them to undertake challenges and find solutions that heretofore have never been explored. That is the essence of the preparation you have received at Queensborough Community College. The ability to view a problem and determine the best possible solution. And if you can think, you will succeed. May you be blessed with all you deserve and all we have to offer. Thank you and congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you one of my bosses, the Honorable George Rios, who is a member of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York.
Rabbi Rappaport, President Marti, distinguished elected officials, distinguished faculty, parents, students, I give official greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees of City University, the finest institution of learning in the world. I also get to share with you a little secret about why I'm here. As a trustee, I get to choose which commencements, which colleges I want to go to. So let me share with you the secret formula that I use. Say, well, where's the most beautiful campus?
Queensborough.
Yes. I say, where will I find the most diversified ethnic community in the world?
Queensborough.
Where will I find the brightest faculty? Where will I find the proudest parents? And of course, where am I guaranteed the best weather for the day? So you see that decision making is not all that difficult. But adding a footnote, I also said, I want to go to the Top Gun school. I want to go where the brightest of the brightest are, the best of the best. And that's what we're really here for, to celebrate today. Commencement being both an end and a constant beginning. The learning process goes on. I share that with you. At 63, I still have a very hungry appetite for reading, for poetry, for literature, for art, for everything around us. I get to salute the students. I get to salute the faculty. I always enjoy the moment when I think of the faculty, I think of farmers. Because as soon as you graduate, they're going to plant another intellectual crop, aren't they? And they're always there, planting, nurturing. And I think their finest reward must be those little questions that you hesitate to ask and you say, why? What does this mean? What does that mean? The power in German of warum, why? The eternal question. Because they see an inquisitive mind. Nothing turns on a faculty like inquisitive mind. Questions. They love it. And so they plant these intellectual crops, and we come along and harvest them and wish them well. This is a crop that none of the weather of El Nino can disrupt. It's an infallible crop. Education is the infallible key to a future. It cannot be touched, certainly not by mediocrity or politics or the way the winds blow, the misfortunes of the world. What you have in your mind, the power that you have, is an awesome thing that we salute today. So I get to thank the faculty. I thank my colleagues. I may be his boss. You know, that's a technical term. We are colleagues in education, and that's the beginning and the end of that. So I'm here just to terminate my greetings. Thank you all. And one last thought. Smile all day long. This is a painless program. I guarantee it as a trustee.
It is my pleasure now to introduce to you a wonderful lady, the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, City University of New York, our own Sherry Brown.
I'm going to say thank you and good morning. President Marti, Trustee Rios, honored guest, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the reason that we are all gathered here this glorious last day in May, you, the members of the class of 2002. I bring you greetings and hearty congratulations from Chancellor Matthew Goldstein and all members of the Central Administration of the City University of New York. We are all proud of you. We are proud of your intelligence and your ingenuity. Not only have you completed all those math and science requirements with mostly high marks, but you have successfully negotiated the lines at the bursar's office in the bookstore. We are proud of your hard work and your perseverance. We are aware of the late nights writing that term paper, knowing that the clock would alarm at 5 a.m. because you were also holding down that other job that paid the rent or the mortgage and put food on the table. We are proud of your ability to balance and find time for all those other important priorities of your life. Children, spouses, partners, and parents, numerous and varied community commitments, and church, mosque, and synagogue. And today, we are proud of your success. You pulled it off. You deserve the pomp and circumstance, the balloons, the flowers, the celebration, the rest. As you graduate, I ask that you do 3 things. First, take the time to enjoy fully what you have accomplished. Your degree is a big deal. It will open doors for you in the work world, and it is an introduction to a lifelong commitment to learning and education. It is an important change in the direction of your life's path. Do me a favor. When you go home later today and have a moment to yourself, take a good look in the mirror. Give yourself a big smile and a pat on the back. Remember the past 2, 3, 4, or more years that you worked to get that degree. All the hard moments and all the happy ones. And then tell that face in the mirror that you are proud of him or her, that she or he did good. And if someone catches you talking to yourself in the mirror, don't worry about it. You have that college degree now. You have a right to be a little eccentric. Secondly, stay in touch with your alma mater. Queensborough Community College is a remarkable place, as others have already described this morning. For it to continue to thrive, it needs continuing contact from its graduates, from its alums. It will need your financial support through the annual giving campaign. It will need your active membership in alumni associations. Most of all, it will need you to spread the word about the quality of its programs and its faculty and the dedication of its administration. When you are talking to yourself in the mirror later this afternoon, promise yourself that you will do everything you can to continue to support Queensborough Community College as an expression of gratitude for what it has given you. And the third thing I ask is that you continue to make us proud. From this day forward, you will be known and we will claim you as a 2002 graduate of Queensborough Community College. We, that is you the graduate, and we the representatives of the institution, are inextricably linked. We believe that today is truly a commencement for all of us. We believe that you will move forward to become tomorrow's leaders in education and science, healthcare and public service, law and communications, or whatever new fields of endeavor you help to define in the coming years. Use your talent and the competencies that you have developed here to serve the common good, to make the world a better place. In closing, I want to share a quote from my refrigerator. I have a magnet that I must confess I have stopped looking at very often. Until recently, my 9-year-old daughter, who is quite taken with these words, begins to read it to anybody who's in the room with her at the moment that she passes by the refrigerator. She could not be here this morning. She's taking a spelling test. So I am her proxy, and I would like to read these words to you. They are offered as words of advice for the journey and a blessing on your commencement. Dance as though no one is watching you. Love as though you have never been hurt before. Sing as though no one can hear you. And live as though heaven is on earth. Congratulations, and God bless you.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Sheena Gillespie, who is the chair of the Faculty Executive Committee and who will bring greetings on behalf of the faculty.
Graduates, parents, members of extended family, friends, President Marti, honored guests. On behalf of the faculty, Queensborough Community College, I offer you our sincere congratulations. I'd like to share with you a quote from a very wise and courageous man, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela fought for most of his life against the racist policies of apartheid in South Africa. In 1965, he was jailed for these activities, and he was not released until 1990. But in 1994, he became the first black president of his country. While he was in jail, he wrote these words: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." As has been said earlier today, you are graduating from the most diverse borough in the city of New York. That fact has made our lives as faculty members the most enriching that we have encountered in the last decade. The conversations in our classrooms are much more interesting. We as adults can only begin to imagine the world that you and your children will inhabit. This being part of a diverse culture brings privileges, yes, but also responsibility. The responsibility of keeping an open mind, of finding out and exploring cultures and traditions that are different from yours. Choosing friends whose take on things are different. And most of all, if you are to pursue your dream, let me offer 3 personal words of advice. Choose a career that you love, one that you will enjoy going to every day. Don't worry about making a lot of money. Make sure that you contribute all of your wonderful gifts to the profession and career that you choose. Spend a lot of time thinking about who you will share your life with, and make sure that person, in the words of Toni Morrison, is a friend of your mind. And lastly, cherish your children, for they are indeed gifts from God. We congratulate you today and wish you well in all of your future endeavors. It is a privilege to have taught you and to share this moment with you.
And now I'd like to introduce a very special man, Mr. Chen Yu Danny Lu, the president of our student government. Danny.
Good day to all. Today is a very bittersweet day, I think, for me personally and for all the graduates. For today, we are taking a new journey and ending a beginning journey. We are graduating from an institution that we have known for 2, 3, and a few years. But don't let this be the apex of your life, for there are many more obstacles and many more celebrations to come. I want you all to remember when you walk out today that you're not college students, but you're graduates, and be proud of that. So congratulations to my fellow graduates. You all have a good day now, and don't party too hard.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. With us in the platform today and in the audience, there are many distinguished guests. I think everyone here is a distinguished guest. But there are some individuals on the platform that I would like to introduce to you. They have taken off their time, off their busy schedule, to be able to share this time with you. First of all, let me introduce to you Councilman John Liu. Councilman Liu represents Flushing, and he represents the area where from we get the largest numbers of students. So in a sense, he's also your councilman. Representing our board of directors, we have Mr. Norman Bigman. And representing our alumni board of directors, we have Mr. Emil Singer. And then, of course, I'm here pretending that I am the president. I'm here getting all the accolades of how well we do and all of that, but the people who really do the work are the ones who are sitting in the front row of this audience. First of all, Senior Vice President Howard Lapidus. Vice President Patricia Vanaski. Vice President Robert Kahn. Dean Diane Cole. Dean Sandra Bygrave. Dean Karen Steele. And Dean Kathy Allen. And just to show you that once a Queensborough-er, you are always a Queensborough-er, we have Dean George Altman. Dean George Altman was the first academic dean of this college. He was here when it was started, and he hired some of you who are in the audience. Thank you for being here. And Sister Alice Danaher, the campus minister of the Newman Catholic Center. I think I have covered everyone. Thank you all for being here. Now, for the graduates and for the audience who have not gone through these services before, you must understand that there are it's a certain cadence to the proceedings. We have now given you the greetings. We will now present the honors. We will have a musical interlude. Then we will have wonderful remarks by your president. And then we will confer the degrees. Okay? Just to let you know where we are. We're now at the point that we're going to begin conferring the awards. It is my pleasure to present to you the recipients who have been selected by the faculty of this college to be the honorees of this year. First of all, let me start out with the John F. Kennedy Memorial Award that goes to the student who has demonstrated outstanding college and community leadership. The award goes to Nathan Kilgaroff and Christine Toussaint. Martin Luther King Jr. Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in promoting racial harmony and appreciation of cultural diversity. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Mervyn Fontanelle, Associate. The Thomas R. Jennings Memorial Award goes to an outstanding graduating student in the liberal arts and sciences, and this year the award goes to Maureen Mitchell. The George Alterman Award, you remember that name that I just mentioned before? The George Alterman Award goes to the graduating student achieving the highest scholastic average and associate in science, mathematics, and science degree, and the award goes to Jingjing Ki. The Joseph McMurray Award goes to the graduating student achieving the second highest scholastic average of the class of 2002. I'm still in 1900s. This year, there were 5 students who were tied to this distinction, and I'm going to ask them all to come forward. Helen Chen. Ayon Goran. Alesha Ishkakova. And Li Li. Mr. Ethan Collins is also a recipient, but he was unable to be with us today. The President's Award, sponsored by the Queensborough Community College Fund, is given to a graduating student achieving the highest scholastic average in the class of 2002. Once again, the academic excellence of our students is evident, with 4 students receiving the highest distinction. 4 4.0s. It's amazing. Wow. The first award goes to Melissa Glusak. Fred Metzger. Marilyn Zapata. And Simona Pokesova. Ms. Kokesova and Ms. Zapata will offer remarks, and now I will ask Ms. Kokesova to come forward, please.
Distinguished guests, esteemed educators, family members, relatives, friends, alumni, and graduates, welcome. Graduates, we are the champions. Are we not? We made it. Congratulations. As an elementary student in Czechoslovakia, I had to learn complicated historical events that have happened throughout the world. And it wasn't easy to understand the ideas people used or the choices they took. It seemed to me that history was confusing and more about the past. until November 17, 1989, while the Czechoslovakian communist regime was crushed. I lived through this cataclysmic event. It resulted in a great sense of national hope. I was watching history being made. I felt good. I, like so many others, felt in charge of my own destiny. Now, here in the United States, while attending Queensborough Community College, I found myself watching a horrible page of history being written on September 11th. I was scared and angry at how powerless and helpless I felt. On that day, I, with so many others, did not feel in charge. Today, 9 months later, we are here graduating with new tools, prepared to go out and meet the future. We might still be afraid, but with the knowledge we have attained here in school and the wisdom we receive in life, we can feel confident in facing the challenges that will come. Courage and faith in ourselves and in our many capabilities will allow us to be a positive part of new history yet to be. At a great price, we have learned how precious and fragile life is. The lesson for all of us is that it is still in our power to be true to our individual and collective goals while still being compassionate, warm, and simply human. So equipped, we can help forge the history of a better tomorrow.
Ms. Marilyn Zapata.
Simona made a very moving speech about courage and faith as we seek our horizons, memories of yesterday and dreams for tomorrow. Every graduate here is a winner. While today is held in our honor, there are 3 groups who should be recognized with broad strokes of praise and distinction. The first acknowledgement is personal, and I am humbly grateful. I physically stand before you, but it was actually the binding courage, the sweat, the team spirit, and the perseverance of my classmates that is exemplary and unforgettable. And for them, I'm talking about the Next Step Telecommunications degree program students. Every Verizon graduate present today should be proud and can be proud of their accomplishment in the face of their many responsibilities and sustained hard work. The second acknowledgement is to all the special people, all the family members, all of you who are the unseen woven threads of support in the lives of every student present today. Those of you who are continuously nurturing and encouraging success. You kept us going. Thank you. And finally, without the dedication, the determination, and the patience of one very special group, none of us would be here today. A deep debt of gratitude is owed to every teacher, every professor, every caring instructor, every staff member on this campus. Each of you has chosen to share with us your time, your knowledge, and your wisdom. And without looking for more than the tiniest flicker of understanding in our eyes. You should be proud of yourselves, for you so tirelessly lead, guide, and explain. Yours is a higher calling in that you help us to find and fulfill ourselves. We have received a gift of an excellent education, and the rewards from this will shower down on us throughout our lifetimes. We will use everything we learned sooner or later. And in realizing the potential in ourselves, there is one way that we can truly thank and emulate you. True joy can be experienced by the simple act of sharing what we have learned. Through generosity of spirit and the sharing of what we have been privileged to receive here today and throughout the years at Queensborough, we can find true happiness and deep, heartfelt satisfaction no matter where we go in life, no matter what we do. So, for so many of you that has made so much possible for so many of us, thank you.
The Colonel John Lackas Award is given to the graduating student achieving the highest scholastic average in an Associate in Applied Science degree program. The award goes to Fred Metzger and Marilyn Zapata. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you a man of many talents. Not only is he a trustee, but he also is able to have a wonderful way of expressing musical expressions. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Trustee George Rios, who will give us his musical interlude, and he will be accompanied by Professor Alan Kashkin.
Be afraid of the dark.
Thank you for that wonderful gift. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to represent the faculty and the administration of this college in addressing you today. Look at you, surrounded by your family and friends, by your faculty and administrators, all gathered here to share in this celebration. Would you please help me recognize them by giving them all a round of applause. Now, you know, this place always looks like this, right? The buildings and grounds crews have been working day and night to make this a very special day for you, along with many other individuals who have worked from security to administration to ensure that all the details are attended to. I want you to recognize them by giving them a round of applause. But this is your day. Enjoy every minute of this important event and know full well the scope of your achievement. For as you face new challenges, you will be able to recall this day as a vivid example of your ability to persevere. Save today in the recesses of your mind, and in the future, when you feel down, recall the memories of this day and be comforted by the realization that you are a special person. Today, this phase of your education is over, but today commences a new stage in your life. Education is a lifelong learning process. It never ends, but at least for a little while, you will have a respite. Those sleep-deprived days with exams to take and papers to write are over. The days spending sweating over those endless assignments that we piled upon you mercilessly and completing those seemingly unreasonable tasks that we ask you to undertake are over. At last now, you will be able to have time to spend with your family. At last now, you will be able to go out on weekends and spend time with your friends. And do those things that you haven't been able to do since you began your studies with us. You're graduating today. This is it. You have no more surprise quizzes or homework to do. Graduation day is special at Queensborough Community College. It is special because not many of those who started with you are here today. You are the survivors. You met our standards. You see, because we believe so strongly that false praise is the worst insult that can ever be given, we adhere to a strict code of high academic standards, albeit sprinkled with a dose of empathy and love. We demanded from you what at times seemed impossible, but in doing so, we gave you the tools necessary for success. Sadly, many of your classmates did not meet our demands and could not meet the rigor of our curriculum. You see, open admissions at Queensborough Community College does not guarantee graduation. Hard work and perseverance does. So be proud of your degree, for it means that you met exacting, demanding standards, and that now you're ready for the next challenge of your life. There is much to celebrate. In this audience, there are many heroes. Many of you came to us educationally underprepared. Many of you came to us economically disadvantaged. Many of you came to us with family situations that defy description. But all of you came with a desire to make something out of yourselves. You appreciated the possibilities. You clawed through the challenges. You sweated. You sacrificed, and today you made it. This is a class. Yeah, give yourself applause. This is a celebration. There you go. This is a class of over 1,200 stories, and each and every story is important. From the youngest of you, 18 years old, to the oldest, 68, and I'm not going to say who that is. You, the members of the class of 2002, are all exquisitely interesting people. For as you pursued your dream with the tenacity of the lioness defending her cubs, you did not allow the forces of despondency to defeat you. That is the definition of a true hero. Some of you are recent arrivals to this country. Among you are 76 different countries represented. You, just like me, through education, have now acquired the understanding and the skills necessary to succeed in your new home. I can empathize with you because I too suffered the difficulties of separation from my family, the shame that accompanies the prejudice that is concomitant with being different, and the economic challenges that usually accompanies starting over in another country. There is among you a former house painter, a man from another country who some time ago attended our college and, succumbing to the pressures of trying to start a new life, quit school. He truly believed that his only value resided in his hands. There was no way that his brain would ever be as valuable as his body. A strong back was all that he needed. But the seeds of knowledge had been planted. He went back to his country. He met a wonderful woman. Upon his return, and because of his wife's persistent prodding, he is now, today, in this audience, graduating with distinction, and he's on his way to becoming a physical therapist. His brain was always a determinant of his value as a human being, but today we validate this fact. There's a woman among you who was born in this country, and she came to us after working for almost 10 years. She has been scraping by, living with friends, getting no help from home, as her mother has to take care of a disabled husband and her father is no longer with them. She's in this audience today as a Phi Theta Kappa student, and in the fall, she's going to NYU on a full scholarship. She wants to be a psychologist, and watch, she's going to be a great one. She did this because here at Queensborough Community College, she found an oasis, a secure place where those who teach and administer are supportive, a place that we call an academic home. And there are some of you who have disabilities and personal challenges that make it very difficult for you to come to our campus. So we go to you and look at you now. And there are many of you who came to us knowing very little English, very hard to communicate, but little by little, word by word, semester by semester, you persisted until you could pass the awful ACT exam and enter into the collegiate level courses. And look at you now. There are single parents who, in spite of illnesses, crying fits, and economic constraints, persevered and succeeded. And look at you now. And there are those of you who work more than one job and struggle to pay tuition bills because there was no one at home who could help. And look at you now. And to all of you, each with your individual story, who persevered and earned the right to be here, look at you now. Now that you have completed your studies with us, it is time to look at the future. Remember that the horizon is not a limit, but an invitation. Pursue your dreams with the sense of responsibility that comes from understanding that every choice you make affects the rest of us. So as you move forward in your accomplishments, be sensitive to the needs of others. Balance the taking with the giving. Establish, wherever you go, an atmosphere of mutual respect in all that you do. Be fair in your pursuit of happiness, and never, never forget us, because we will never forget you. Thank you. Before we start with the part of the program that you have been waiting for, I want you to do me a favor. I would like to have the faculty to stand, face the students, and for the students to recognize the work that they have done. Faculty, please stand and face backward. You know, in 1968, actually 1969 was my first year, as a young faculty member at Borough of Manhattan Community College, I remember sitting in the audience and all of the proceedings were going on, and I kept saying to myself, but you know, I was the one who taught those kids, you know, not the guy who's up there talking to you. So I'm delighted that you are all here. I think this is perhaps the largest representation of faculty that we've had. So this is a true gift that the faculty gives you as students. Thank you for being here. And now, for the moment that you have been waiting for. Will the graduated students please rise while the Grand Marshal administers the ephebric oath. Please.
Spanish and English and Hebrew and how many other languages? What do you think?
Will the graduates please repeat the ephebric oath after each line as I read it? We who are about to graduate from Queensborough Community College. Reaffirm without reserve our allegiance to the United States of America.
Reaffirm without reserve our allegiance to the United States of America.
And in the tradition of the ancient Athenians, take this oath of devotion to our city.
And in the tradition of the ancient Athenians, take this oath of devotion to our city.
We dedicate ourselves to the ideals and sacred values of our free society.
We dedicate ourselves to the ideals and sacred values of our free society.
We will never bring disgrace upon our community by any act of dishonesty or cowardice.
We will never bring disgrace upon our community by any act of dishonesty or cowardice.
Nor fail to respect our fellow citizens.
Nor fail to respect our fellow citizens.
We will revere and obey the laws under which we live.
We will revere and obey the laws under which we live.
We will do our utmost to quicken understanding, respect, and reverence for them.
We will do our utmost to quicken understanding, respect, and reverence for them.
And we will strive unceasingly to strengthen the public sense of civic duty.
And we will strive unceasingly to strengthen the public sense of civic duty.
Thus, in all ways, we will seek to transmit this city.
Thus, in all ways, we will seek to transmit this city
Better and more beautiful than it was transmitted to us.
better and more beautiful than it was transmitted to us.
Congratulations. Be seated.
Before we we proceed, let me introduce to you an alum of Queensborough Community College, Councilman Hiram Montserrat, who was able to join us today. Councilman Montserrat. In 1995, he sat right there, so see what can happen. Vice President Ken, would you join me?
We now proceed with the conferring of degrees and certificates. The candidates will be presented by the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Robert Kahn. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold all applause until degrees for each group have been conferred and certificates granted. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts please rise? Vice President Kahn.
President Marti, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the Vice President and the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Art with all of the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereto appertaining.
Vivian Alicia. Linda Aziz. Carlos Barranco. Maureen Mitchell. Paula Barrera. Ursula Bazemore. Melissa Gluzak. John Benvenuto. Chengju Lu. Marie Blanchard. Simona Kokeshova. Dixion Brown. Nathan Gilkarov. Steve. Anthony Arpino. Catherine Cardozo. Dane Castillo. Tania Castillo. Diana Catalan. Dani Catano. Claudia Centeno. Ana Maria Cotti. Tiffany Chavis. Arsina Connor. Eric Cruz. Angela Coutron. Shruti Dial. Judith De Bros. Rosalie Esposito.
Away from your face. Away from your face.
Gerald Ledbetter. Fuzia Elitrisi. Paulette Frazier.
Excuse me, sir.
Ayana Emanis.
Sorry, he's got to be out of the aisle. It's a fire hazard. Ask him to please step away.
Tikisha Fulton. Roxanne Fabiani.
Excuse me, sir. You have to get out of the way. Out of the aisle. Excuse me.
Anka Philip. Saiko Fujise. Michelle Giannone. Rochelle Gumby. Janet Glenn. Elizabeth Gomez. Jody Gunderson. Michelle Guevara. Ariana Hernandez. Stefan Ogu. Lisa Horn. Melissa Hopkins. Denise Holwin. Melissa Iacono. Rhonda Jackson. Tomasa Jarrell. Gomali Jean-Paul. Jessica Johnson. Caroline Lukic. Kelchi Kikuchi. Joshua Krishka. Ludmila Koyenova. Marie Lanier. Cindy Ledesma. Thomas Leto. Marie Lyoto. Stay. Derlan Luke. Evelyn Kojalin.
Kimberly Machado. Aurora Maldonado. Teresa Maniscalchi. Lorena Martinez. Wendy McAlcaman. Catherine Mesa. Jonathan Moon. Elizabeth Morales. Kim Moy. Jason Candanero. Glenn Muroski. Hector Castro. Gypsy Bouillon. Cruz Olivares. Nancy Ortiz. Mary O'Sullivan. Bertha Petsy. Hannah Powell. Alexis Pinto. Jessie Plenderleaf. Filomena Polche. Jessica Regal. Diane Reese. Navru Tim. Blanca Rivas. Arthur Rivera. Kelly Rivera. Charlene Rivera. Marco Rizza. Fred Robinson. Nilcy Rodriguez. Ruby Rodriguez. Michael Rojas. Don Marie Romano. Christy Rubel. Rosemary Santiago. Stephanie Sanchez. Jolie Serrano. Joshua Simone. Sonia Vieira. Gina Vasquez. Tanya Singh. Alicia Singleton, Fiona Songster, Kathleen Spinelli, Ranique Stevens, Jassy Somerville, Julie Thomas, Barbara Thompson, Kenya Tolentino, Evelyn Vargas, Jamie Victorio, Darla Vigilante, Robert Bunchick, Deirdre West, Edwin Wallace,
Come on, you gotta smile, baby.
Edward Williams, Diara Yall, Mike Robert,
Algenis Lanfranco,
My brother? She's wearing a black sunglasses.
Ricardo Camargo,
Sorry, so you can't see it. This guy. No, this guy. Look, your brother.
Gaetan Claude,
I can't help it.
Cloud Diedrich,
Your tassel towards the back of your hat. Your tassels towards the back of your hat.
Ubaldo Caceres,
Keep it towards the back of your hat.
Maria Castillo, Ana Serrato, Beauty Shigeti, Douglas, Stella Hamadani Cohen, Abraham Hamadani Cohen, Colleen Clark, Marcia Davis, Gurvinder Kaur, Jasmine Bowman, Petula Harris, Mihaela Anton,
Keep your tassels towards the back of your hat.
Lisa Irizarry, Catherine Kunik, Yuen Ping Pong, Shukam Cheng, Shi Lin, Samina Alam,
The next marshal is coming up.
Abreem Javaid,
You have the end of that.
Aiton Foyer,
Right? Okay, she's Ting.
Wenting Chen, Marco Bonilla, Gustavo Moy, Helen Chen, Yin Yin Ki, Mervyn Fontanelle. Momadou Jaite. Cristobal Cortez. Jing Chen. Shaukat Chaudhuri.
Oh, this is probably for the video, yeah.
Vanda Laganneur. Marie Mastillon.
Is it?
Pascal Paul.
Get them out of the aisle. Get these people out of this aisle.
Walter Brites. Utku Salani. Doknil Gul. Deborah Diaz. Amit Bhatt. Annette Abnous. Maribel Agurcia. Monica de Lezaeta. Manjala Elreda. Maria Cervantes. John Casanova. Maureen Lockhart. Paulette Clark. Jennifer Gaggett. Also receiving a certificate, Michael Larac. Jason Tibet. Asif Kokar. Kalampreet Kaur.
That's the best way. I do. I even look to hang out.
Diana Curatalo. Diana Curatalo.
Maybe, yeah. If I can find it.
Adrian Herrera. Bena Chen. Shamim Iqbal. Allison James. Tina Antonucci. Nikaya Carson. Elizabeth Karchmer.
Wajita Sattar. Janine Noor. Anju Mera. Alejandra Ramirez. Nicola Payne. Kinariben Patel. Cara Maloney. Joseph A. Sirachi. Alfonso White. Aminata Sila. Leslie Moses. Christine Toussaint. Ramon Rosales.
Watson Miranda. Crystal Mullen. Alisa Pelote. Leslie Vasquez. Hema Patel. Christine Torino. Miriam Yakubi Kabitsa. Asif Sardar. Margaret Wadalowski. Louisa Stoika. Shafiq Wahidi. Alana Radigan. Jenny Fernandez. Amika Gekas. Indira Turney. Yvonne Soto. Ben McCamry. April Jackson. Anna Perez. Kelly McCord. Eleanor Sanosian. Dolly Kelly McLean. Melissa Soden. Passion Wiley. Jeanette Mora. Komati Ramu. Thomas Eck. Pauline Alicia Pierce. Maria Molina. Carolina Nieto. Kisa Sterling. Sophia Mitchell. Denise Hayward. Keziah Simmons. Yuri Yusubayev. Andrew Wilkins. Huma Halimi.
Rose Adi. Raja Ali. Misty Anderson. Lucia Aguelo. Akinyemi Akinmalayan. Banki Akamalayan. Sharon Akhtar. Shaina Akhtar. A.K. Allen. Barbara Ansereno. Winifred Appia. Karen Artemis. Angelo
Bellocchio. Darwin Brown.
I hope not. You guys
Nasima Banu. Khalid Balgar. Rabia Banat. Stephen Blake. Manu Chikea Bordry. Moira Padilla. Melanie Bukos. Patrick Brown. Shanoa Brown. Paul Bryant. Debian Boudou. Angela Rognani. Claudia Canal. Receiving 2 degrees, Shirley Castellanos. Ian Gorin. Alicia Castelvetre. Richard Sobolski. Viviana Sellis. Sylvie Charlene. Marcella Chavez. Jaewon Choi. Receiving 2 degrees, Lisa Chung. Linda Siborowski. Sherelle Collymore. Vicky Cox. Roger Cruz. Michael Curley. Natasha Davis. Jennifer DeBellis. Pina Del Genio. Adam Delval. Kingsley De Silva. Desiree Gary. Leon DeSimone. Nicholas DeStefano. Joseph Glassy. Richard Tuthill. Luis Gonzalez. Nieves Diaz. Abraham Diaz. Also receiving certificate, Stevenson Despain. William Desla. Mark Philip Domingo. Lee. Margaret Donaghy. William Figueroa. Victoria Finnegan. Tanya Flores. Corey Francis. Madeline Frank. Earl Franklin. Jessica Garcia. Marilyn Godel Biaggi.
Receiving 2 degrees, Glenn Garcia. Veronica Gill. Alex Gill. Eddie Gomez. Alicia Graham. Jennifer Gramlich. Donald Green. Shervin Golbari.
Nissim Mak. Chehon Kim. Tresha King. Megan Johnson. Shamise Micken. Pamela Harris.
It's on my website.
Okay. Alicia Jolly. Juan David Montano. Anthony Martello. Samuel Johnson. Richard Hamrahan. Marie Moyes. Tina Cole. Rose McKay. Fauzia Laforest. Menasha Joseph. Nelka Levy Johnson. Elizabeth Keeves. Shamiza Mohammed. Alicia Lawrence. Pat Menjivar. Asia Maharana. Renisha Morris. Junior Lubin. Mustafa. Shamina Lima.
Sorry, you cannot
Urmi Khan. Wait. Bahidul Khan. Samarjit Kaur. Najma Jabin. Serdar Kinik. Philip Mickey. Li Wei Lai. Aisha Islam. Saher Khan. Jacqueline Johnsoy. Sabrina Lima. Dani Milea. Natalia Haladu. Flamingo Mitchell. Lily Khan. Shatika Johnson. Stephen Mackin. David Lopez. Certificate in Computer Engineering, Clarence Johnson. Also receiving a Certificate in Computer Engineering, Shabal Mohabir. Jan Lopniki. Rudolf Hernandez. Edwin Kiptoon. John Johnson. Deonat Lubnat. Joanna Takarumbas. Nidia Juarez. Lubit Maya Martinez. Don Jewel. Boris Luna. Joanne LeBlanc. Fred Metzger. Sandra Ledford. Melaine Johnson. Gloria Halbatsis. Kamala Harris. Veronique Hilton.
Karina Sunarine. Nitu Nagi. Lubna Nahid. Ramdai Nanjat. Matthew Narvaez. Hugh Nimhart. Itzat Nyazov. Jessica Norwalk. Aviol Novembri. Marie November. Elaine Palmer. Karen Ayaya. Richard Quintero. Melissa Betancourt Renuso. Paolo Ruiz. Claudia Patino. Hansi Pericles. Carlington Stevenson. Jose Ramirez. Martin Peters. What's that? Manish Kumar Rajput. James Palmer. Dennis Bonilla. Ravina Ramjan. Bernard Rambert. Doris Richards. Wanda Richardson. Alex Rodriguez.
Tables have changed. People have turned, Jack. Now it's me.
Laura Rodriguez. Receiving an AS and a certificate, Carlos Ripalola.
Madeline Rios.
Back up. I can't have you here.
Cecilia Shard-Smith. Nerta Rodriguez. Daisy Romain. Vincenzo Rongun. Vilma Rosario. Donald Rugama. James Ryan. Jenny Salce. Najwa Saloom. Jose Sanchez. John Kyles. John Sanchez. Michelle Sanders. Kushik Shakar. Ana San Lopez. Pasquale Savarisi. Kathleen Seeley. Sabrina Sharna. Eileen Sharp-Fable. Myrna Sharkey. Bibi Siddiqui. Kesha Stewart. Sadia Siddiqui. Robert Soto. Janelle Soup. Rizwan Siddiqui. Sheldon South. Jean Pierre. Michael Stabile. Tamika Stokely. Mahmoud Sultana. Hosni Siddiqui. Jacques Septuvica. Miguel Susana. Thank you.
Francis Ty. Marie Testa. Thomas Tolan. Sharon Wright. Nicholas Tillett. Also receiving a certificate, John Telescott. Andres Trujejo. Irma Torres. Cephas Williams. Amy Laura Wiener. Grace Williams. Laureen Wallace. Paul Wills. Kevin J. Winslow. Wei Ling Wang. Anita Weed. Jasmine Young. Victoria Williams. Boris Vendries. Andres Zapata. Marilyn Zapata.
Susan Blakeney.
All the marshals on the other side of their lawn.
Moala Bajilar.
Great job.
Tammy Doran. Melissa Shunhout. Yeah. Errol McDermott.
And this are the graduates of the class of 2002. And since you're standing, remain standing, because in order to be a full-fledged graduate, you're going to have to move your tassels. So move your tassels from the right to the left, and you're a graduate. Thank you very much. Two final things. First of all, please help me thank this lady who has been standing here for 2 hours signing. And I have asked Councilman Montserrat to stay throughout the ceremony, and he does have a very busy schedule. He agreed to do so he can at least give you greetings as you enter a new phase of your life. Councilman Montserrat.
Good afternoon, everyone. Isn't this a great day? I'd like to say that a few years ago, I was right there where you are. 1995 is not that long ago. You can achieve, so take what you've done today and grow from it. Appreciate what you've done, but face tomorrow the challenges that await you. And we together, you, the graduates of this class, the families and the friends, we will rebuild this city and we will move forward. So thank you all for the opportunity. Thank the staff, Congress, and the professors. Full speed ahead. Thank you very much, and I wish you all success. Thank you.
And now to my favorite part. The class of 2002 will sing the alma mater, led by Gail Wolf, a student on the QCC chorus.